money keeps slipping through your fingers no matter how hard you try, this video might hurt a little. And after this video, you'll never want to go back to those old money habits. You'll feel calmer around money, more grounded in your decisions, and more confident in your ability to actually receive more income. If you think you have a money problem, I'm here to tell you, you don't have a money problem. You have a nervous system regulation problem, especially if you see yourself as a woman who always makes something shake and you're always able to get stuff done, but it feels like you're able to have enough just to do this, just to do that, but it doesn't feel like that you are in abundance or you are in overflow. And let me tell you now, this is not a video about budgeting. This is a video that's more so gonna help you energetically align with money so you can start being more abundant when it comes to your finances. And this video isn't just about making more money, it's about stopping the behaviors that's quietly draining your pockets, sis. Habit number 1 is to stop living in survival mode. Let's cut out that fear-based spending or that extreme restriction, okay? Relax a little. Money is not gonna flow to you if you're having a tight grip on it, okay? The energy of that is gonna make sure that it repels any other money supposed to be coming your way. Every single penny pincher that I've ever known in my life, they were never in abundance with the money. They always had just enough, and no matter how hard they work, no matter how much they save, no matter how much they penny pinch, it just seems like that they never had enough money to be in abundance or enough money to really do the things that they really wanted to do in life, like random vacations or splurge on themselves. It may look like that you're doing something productive. Oh, I'm saving. Oh, I'm actually being super smart with my money, so I'm not going to spend it on anything extra, when honestly, you are acting from scarcity. And when you act from scarcity, you're actually creating more scarcity in your life. You're afraid to spend because you're like, oh my gosh, what if I don't have any more money coming in soon? Or, oh my gosh, like, I need money to pay my bills, so I don't have money to treat me. Or, oh my gosh, if I treat myself now, I might not have money for my bills later on. I'm not telling you to splurge and be irresponsible. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying stop having fear-based spending habits and stop acting or spending out of scarcity. If you go to a restaurant and you actually can afford something nice on the menu that you actually want, but instead you lowball for the cheaper option because you want to save money, that right there is acting out of scarcity, and you're telling the universe right there that I don't deserve what I really want. I deserve what's cheap, what's the bare minimum. Another sign that you are living in survival mode, especially when it comes to money, is feeling unsafe even when money comes in. And what this looks like is when people are unsafe with money, as soon as money comes in, they even put it all in their savings and like, oh my gosh, I don't want to touch it. Let me just put it all in my savings. Or they splurge and spend it all quickly. Like as quick as the money comes in is as quick as it leaves. And that's because their body doesn't feel safe holding it. So they have to quickly get rid of it. When honestly, you want to have a beautiful balance of money coming in, money flowing out. Yes, you can put some in savings. Yes, you can put some towards your bills. Yes, you can even splurge on yourself, even if it's just your favorite $5 ice cream, okay? You need to have that flow of money coming in and out without the feeling of feeling unsafe. You want to attract money, you cannot be afraid to spend it. And you're gonna always be afraid to spend it or not trust yourself of making the right decision when it comes to spending money if you do not regulate your nervous system and strengthen your relationship with money, because you can't build wealth from a dysregulated nervous system, sister girl. Habit number 2 is over independence. Okay, a closed mouth don't get fed. And that's just that. And a lot of people, especially women these days, I notice that they feel like they need to earn it, okay? They need to earn money. They need to do all of this hard work, all of these late hours, all of this pushing to get where they want to be financially, when really God made us feminine women to just be in abundance, okay? Just be. That's a very masculine trait to always feel like you need to chase after something, to push and to earn. It is the man's job to earn, okay? It is the woman's responsibility to just be and let things flow to her. So stop equating struggle with strength. Because you struggled, and stop rejecting support, ease, and softness, and instead embrace those things. And this is so important because wealth expands through receiving, not self-abandonment, okay? If you are not taking care of yourself, if you are pouring from an empty cup and you're scared to ask for help and you think that you need to do everything by yourself and you're pushing, you're never going to build wealth. You're never going to feel safe to hold money, and money's going to be afraid of you, no matter how bad you want it, Miss Girl. Remember that hyper independence is not empowerment, okay? It's a trauma response. And the moment that you learn to rewire that trauma response and regulate your nervous system, that's going to put you in a state of ease and flow, and you'll be able to receive much more abundance in your life. And last but not least, habit number 3 is watching the way you speak about money. Stop saying I'm bad with money. Oh, I can't afford that. I'm so broke right now. Baby girl, the power of the tongue, okay? Even if this is what I'm thinking, I'm never going to say it. I'm going to be like, okay, this isn't a priority for me right now, but you know, I'm going to put it as a goal and I'll get around to it, or soon I'll be able to get it. Something like that. I'm never telling myself, oh, I can't afford this. Oh, I'm too broke for that. I remember there were times when I used to do this and it would literally reflect in my life. Okay. I remember I was making a lot of money with my first business. I went from literally not having no money to being so abundant in my business, but I was trying to go to like the next step and I couldn't. I felt like I was stagnant for a very long time. And I remember me and my homegirl was shopping. I think I told this story before in one of my YouTube videos, and we were shopping in New York, and she went to go buy some heels. I think they were YSL or Off-White, some black heels. They were like $900, and I was like, oh my gosh, I would never spend that much on shoes. I don't care how much money I got. I'm not wasting money like that. And for like the next year, I was never able to splurge on myself and buy $900 pair of shoes, even if that's what I truly wanted, because that was the belief that I was already telling myself. It's like, oh my gosh, that's a waste of money. I would never do that. So you literally have to pay attention about how you talk to yourself about money. That right there is already showing you your relationship with money. Even stuff like money is bad, money is evil, money is dirty. Miss Girl, if you want to be really, really wealthy and call in abundance, you must respect the energetics of money and how you speak about money, like your feelings, your thoughts all around money. That's your relationship to money. That's your identity around money. And no matter what you do in life, no matter what area that we're speaking in, love, money, friends, whatever, your identity will always override your effort. So yes, you could be working so hard to build wealth and get more money, but if your relationship with the money is dysfunctional, then unfortunately you will not be able to build the wealth that you truly desire until you rewire your nervous system and uproot those old belief systems that you have about money. For a long time, I felt like you had to earn money by hustling so hard. I was definitely somebody who was like strong in the hustle culture, and it's mainly because I was raised by a single mother and she hustled her butt off, and I lived a very good life because of that. So that automatically told me, okay, if I want the same or better, I need to hustle even more. Like, you know what I mean? Especially with prices these days and how it was when I was a kid. So yeah, I used to hustle so much. I felt like I had to do 1,000,001 things. And when I started my femininity journey and stepping in to my femininity and just rewiring my whole nervous system and changing my identity, I had to do a lot of internal work. And sometimes we don't even know our beliefs about money until we start doing the inner work, okay? So I had to write down things that came to my mind when I thought about money. I had to come face to face with my beliefs around money. And once I was able to face them, I started doing EFT, meditations, self-talk rampages, and other practices that really helped me regulate my nervous system. Girl, I'm even talking about paying my bills, okay? So you know when you have to pay your bills, girl, especially bills these days, like $2,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment, $3,000 for 2 bedrooms, okay? And it's like you go to pay your bills, your rent, your car payment, and it's like you kind of have like a knot in your stomach, or it's like it just ruins your mood, like, so much more I can be doing with this money, but instead I gotta pay these bills. That right there is your relationship with money, okay? You need to respect money and change that thought pattern. Instead, when I first started trying to call in more money and started to like try to rewire, you know, my thought patterns around money, I started with that. I would pay my bills, and before I pay my bills, I would be like, you know what? I am so thankful that I get to pay my bills this month. I am so grateful that I get to buy groceries. Like, groceries are so expensive, And God made sure that I can still pay my groceries. Like, oh, wow, that is a blessing. Thank you. Even if it felt so fake at first, okay? I kept doing it until it felt natural. And then it became a belief system, and then it became part of my identity. Now I don't huff and puff about no type of bill or any type of spending, even if I do want to splurge on a pair of $900 shoes for myself. Like, you know what? I'm so grateful that I get to spend, a little extra money on myself. And having that relationship with money actually made me more abundant. Because again, I remember one time I couldn't even pay my rent, okay? Even when I was only able to put half the money down for my rent, okay? Like, I'm talking about when I started my journey about a couple years ago, I would be thankful and look at it like, you know what? I'm able to pay half my rent, and I don't know when the other half's coming, but I know it's coming. So yeah. And you really have to understand that a lot of things in life isn't so much about the behavior aspect, it's about the feeling state. So if you are doing like your budgeting or about to pay your bills and you feel like you have an attitude or you're already like, don't do it right then, okay? Go cool off, go relax, come back and do it with a feel good energy. And that will already right there start to help you change your mindset and your beliefs and regulate your nervous system around money coming in and money flowing out. If you really want to dive deeper into money energetics to really start attracting more abundance and more wealth into your life, I suggest you check out my Rich Girl Rehab course. I'm going to link it down below. And this is where I actually teach you and show you through videos how to regulate your nervous system around money. I have some meditation, some EFT practices, and so much more. And these practices right here is what took me, my mom, so many of my friends, and so many of my clients out of survival mode into their soft girl era full of abundance and wealth. Because let's be real, you can start that new business idea, you can get a promotion, you can run into a lump sum of money from a car accident, from anything. But if you don't regulate your nervous system around money, no matter how much money you make, no matter how much money you come into, you'll never be able to keep it, and you'll never be able to multiply it and keep it flowing to you. That's why most people who win the lottery, even if it's millions and millions and millions of dollars, I think the statistic is within 2 years, all the money is blown. That's because they never felt safe holding money, and money never felt safe being with them. It's 2026 and I see so many amazing babes starting their business, becoming content creators, and so much more. So I really thought this video would be really helpful so you guys can be in abundance all year, no matter what's going on in other people's life and no matter what's going on in the economy. Because being a rich girl isn't about hustling harder, it's about being a woman that money feels safe with. That's why some people are struggling in this current economy and others are steady thriving. It's not because one is luckier than the other, it's because one is more regulated. So just a quick recap, being in survival mode, that's going to drain your wealth. Over independence blocks your ability to receive, and your identity and your belief system around money determines your income. At one point in my life, I struggled with all three of these, but let me know in the comments which one you struggle with the most and which one you make sure that you'll be working on this year. Love you, and remember to stay classy, sassy, and a bit badassy. Bye.